Alright, so we're getting screamed at right as we start. Cool, my camera kicked on. We had an issue for the last break where the camera, that lower right overhead camera didn't work. We just added that today. I was supposed to have somebody here to help for the eBay break, and their youngest has COVID. Him and the mom are separated, but my wife didn't think having my buddy over be a good idea. I understand, so he won't be here. So I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm actually pretty bummed because we just did a case for anybody new from eBay. Shit, I forgot to grab my list. Sorry, for anybody new from eBay, we just finished up a case of Heritage. We did it with the overhead. We had my shipping department open everything ahead of time. It was actually pretty great. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, but while my wife is screaming at my kids as they literally just walked in the door, I'm going to go grab my list because there are some names I do not know, and I don't want you guys to be left out should we find you a monster or two. Alright, sorry friends. So anyway, in the lower right portion of your screen is the case. Here it is, right here. I'm not really equipped to handle this. I am, trust me, you're in good hands. You're in the best of hands, honestly. But I'm going to open this up. It's just not the plan I had, and it's bedtime up there, and they don't know I'm live down here. It's great. It's just great. First time here, hoping for first time luck. I hope so too, Benji. I just hope you don't run away because my kids are getting yelled at because they don't want to listen to their mother after they just got back from Santa Claus. So, here I am. Sorry, I'm not used to having that. We just installed that camera. We just installed that camera. I'm sorry, I apologize, friends. The case I just finished doing, I wanted to do that like right in the middle of the day, and anytime I expect to fill, it doesn't really happen ideally. So it filled like the worst time when the auction started ending. I believe it was you, Benji. You were waiting on an invoice. I apologize, man. You're probably like, what is this idiot? Dude sets up a break and doesn't even do it. Or isn't even ready to make the invoice happen. So anyway, here we are. It's time now. It is time. We had an autographed topper in the last case. It was actually wrapped. We had an auto topper. It was Walker Buehler. We had a Trout Pujols in the last case, dual auto too. Especially for the new people. An Ohtani redemption. Last case was hot. This is all from the same place. So if you believe in that sort of thing, hopefully the case is just as good. I'm disappointed. I was very excited to do this break without any lull in the action, and now that's not going to happen because now I have to open all the packs. So we're going to do it how I've been doing it, a box at a time, just to minimize the boring downtime. I have cameras everywhere, though. This is great. So all the packs are over here. You can see them. That's great. Perfect. Actually, please, I can get them out of the way. More room to operate, which is ideal for me. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Al Kaline. The Tigers. There was actually two teams that really surprised me. The Tigers were one of them. Were you in I was live, so like I know we don't know each other. But I know eBay's a weird place. I was literally live when these auctions ended. Were you in a bidding war with somebody? I was surprised to see the price the Tigers went for. Yes, sir. Ryan B. Johnson. Welcome in, brother. You do have the Padres. You popped in for the other one, correct, earlier this afternoon? When I had help, and now I'm doing it entirely different than what you saw about an hour ago? Yeah. Welcome to Underground, friends. Welcome. Oh, this is a hot box, I think. Hot box, first box. My kid is screaming. It's unbelievable. I threw in a bid at the end, and someone kicked it up right after me. Tigers are going high. I was very surprised. Them and the Twins. The Twins went for more than any other team, and I'm sorry, that's crazy. I've been breaking for 4 years. I never thought I'd see the Twins outsell anyone. Shout out to the Twins. Jamie Schwiderski. If I butchered that, I apologize. Need some Kirilloffs. Yeah, oh, right on cue. Jamie, I'll be perfectly honest. I do not know if you're a male or a female, and I do not want to be rude. But I hope we find you some Kirilloffs too, friend. I've seen a lot of names. I'm just not an expert. But I wanted to do this a different type of way, so there was not this downtime right now. I'm a man. Alright. Just nowadays, it's so easy to offend anyone. And I do not like... I'm not a big eBay fan. I just had, like, those horror stories you hear about with bad customers. I've lived that very infrequently, but it just puts such a bad taste in your mouth. Tony Favascio, I'm going to guess. Yes, sir, you do have the Reds. This is the only eBay break. So if you are coming here from eBay, you are absolutely in the right place. I have not done an eBay case break since Series 1 of 2021. At the time, funny side note, just to tell you guys about where we're at in the hobby. I started doing a podcast a few weeks ago. It's not professional. It's just informative. We discovered on the last episode we recorded on Tuesday, I believe we did on Tuesday. We pretty much, using a platform called Card Ladder, we discovered that mid-February to somewhere in March was the absolute peak of the hobby boom. Which actually surprised me because I thought it would have been sometime in 2020. But no, it was absolutely February to March as far as the singles market is concerned. We looked up numerous different cards, and they all had that same trend pattern. Underground Runaround. It's actually on my YouTube channel for now. We're still working on the audio platforms, and we wanted to get a lot of content before we launched audio. So that's coming. It's like I said, it's not professional. We're just two guys, man. Two guys who love sports and the hobby, and we have a lot that can be helpful for people. So if you want to check it out, check it out. But that wasn't the point. Just talking about, we pinpointed the peak of the hobby, and that time period was right around the last time I did a case break on eBay. And it was Series 1, as we're into the hot box, friends. Michael Lorenzen. I tell a lot of stories, too. So if anybody wants me to just tell you what you're looking at, let me know. Because I do things a lot different than a lot of breakers. Alejandro Kirk for the Blue Jays. Oh, boy. Anyhow. Andrew Vaughn, here we go. Nice rookie. Pulled a 101 Brett Rooker from Update. That's nice. So we discovered that the time period for when the absolute singles market boomed, which was a little surprising. But that was the last time I did a case break on eBay. And Series 1, I believe, after eBay's fees, shipping, and taxes, I cleared $500 more on that case than I was breaking them in my own platforms. And it absolutely blew my mind. And I should have capitalized on that during the time period. I didn't, because I'm just not a big fan of eBay. I don't have anything against it. I love it for selling high dollar cards. But I didn't, and then like for this one was way under, which is not a big deal. I'm not even going to lose money. So I've always, when I started in the business in 2018, you lost money on every break you put on eBay, but you did it in the hopes of finding new customers. So it's crazy that people say the hobby's dead. It's not even close. It's just not even close. I think people say that are the people that just showed up in the last year or so, who have only seen it decline, because it's been slowly declining for the better part of 8-9 months now, but it's still better than where it was previous to 2020. So I'm done with that. Pull me a couple Superfractors and some red ink. Oh, yeah. We pulled a red ink Otani redemption last case. I just hope we have some loaded cases. George Springer. Fulmer. Okay, my wife does know we're doing a video. We have a Cronenworth, Pavin Smith, Eddie Rosario Hotbox, Andrew Vaughn there. Yeah, there's no way it's dead. It's crazy. I love buying into pick your team breaks. Well, my twins probably paid for a box. Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I'm also very transparent. I won't lie to you if you ask me a direct question, and I'm not gonna not answer you. So literally, you're not even asking me this, but well, that's all you see on a lot of social media is everything's dead. The hobby's dead. It's dying. Nobody's buying anything. I have the worst pack of sleeves today. I'm not happy with them. Look, they're all stuck together. I said something about this in the last video. And they're good sleeves too. Beckett makes the worst supplies ever. These are not Beckett. But I was going to say that Heritage is somewhere around $65.25 or $65.50 a box. I don't have my invoice in front of me. It's around $800 a case at my cost through a distribution channel. And then this sold for somewhere around $1,200 or $1,250, somewhere along those lines. But eBay takes their cut, you know. So I mean, it's totally fine. And no, you new folks, you're gonna see how great underground shipping is too. I'm excited for that. I don't know how everyone else does it, but ours is great. And here's a nice Kirilov hotbox for you. Hang, I'm so sorry. My kid is throwing an absolute fit. 5 years old. This is not what I planned for. She's just absolutely screaming. It's part of being a dad I don't like. She wants me to go up there, and she knows I can't, so she's playing a game. The hobby, yeah, I don't think the hobby's dead at all, but a lot of people say the hobby is dead. What else did I want to say? The lockout. I don't think the lockout will ruin the hobby for the simple fact episode 2 is actually titled "The Lockout is Happening." We did it the night before the deadline. Or I think we did it November 29th, maybe November 30th. But anyway, we do have a relic. We have an India hotbox, very nice. I think after 2020, I don't think the owners are in any position to lose out on any revenue that they have control over not losing. If you can follow me with what I said there. I'm maybe not the best at directly getting to the point. But since they lost all the money in 2020, somewhat through no fault of their own, I don't think they're in any position to willingly not make money. So if they have to concede on an issue or two to make sure they start on time, to make the money at the gate, I think that's absolutely what's going to happen. If it doesn't, I'll be horrified. Absolutely horrified. I will be literally horrified if it goes past a point where we can't start baseball on time. That would be pretty scary. India hot box. I mean, I got these little stands up here I kind of mess with from time to time. Like I said, I had the intentions of doing this an entirely different way. If you saw the last one. Chris Bryant, Tyler Wade. I got to stop talking, though, or I'm going to have you guys here for 10 hours. Matt Carpenter, number to 999 for the Cardinals. Something about salsa. Lorenzo Cain for the Brewers. I'm a Cubs fan, so really not big on the old salsa boy in the Cardinals. It's making my first stadium tour in '94. Oh, yeah. They went on strike 2 weeks before I left. Still took the trip with tickets. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That would really turn me off, especially because I've always heard. I was born in 1990. I'm not trying to age anyone or myself. So I don't have a lot of experience with the 94 lockout. But if I had a trip set up and I was going to check out stadiums and then all of a sudden another nice rookie Cronenworth, And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're not playing, and I had all them tickets to go do all of those things. Especially in '94 when technology was not what it is now, and buying and selling tickets, I imagine, was a hell of a lot harder to do. Yeah, I'd be really put off because you hear a lot of those guys say, "Oh, I stopped watching baseball during that lockout, and then I didn't come back to it until X time period." I'm sure it would have taken me a long time to get over that because that would have really chapped my ass, for lack of a better term. I've been super upset. All right, moving on. Keegan Aiken, Nick Gordon. We had a few, all the variations, and exactly to my point, they're all flipped over. So we don't even have to worry about it. If you guys, I would assume a lot of you guys are Heritage people, and you all know the deal. Nice. Buster Posey, little Sayonara action variation for you. Buster Posey as he slides off into the sunset. Good for him. Sean Lawrence, I know you though. Sean Lawrence has him. I do not break hockey. I'm not a brick and mortar, so I don't get anything from Upper Deck, and I don't use the secondary market much. I have a hard enough time filling allocated basketball and football. It's crazy. My customer base is all baseball. I have the nastiest basketball mixer on my website right now. Just kind of hanging out. It's I mean, it'll fill. I don't know. I probably fill better than most, so I can't complain for what I do. But sometimes I complain. I complain a lot, actually. I just love to run my mouth. The action cards are really nice. Though we didn't get too many variations in the last case because 3 of the flipped over cards, there was nothing significant about them. 2. One was actually a French variation, which didn't say anything. You just had to know. And then the other ones were I couldn't figure it out. There was no code change, nothing written in the top corner. They were strange. Looks like Blake Snell, Topper. Again, I'm just gonna slide these over here to the overhead. Show you guys Blake Snell. Oh yeah, camoed out. I do love the Padres camo uniforms because they make for such great relics. They make for such great inexpensive hits. Artifacts hockey decently priced. Yeah, see, Upper Deck's it seems like they've had the biggest problem with all the pushbacks and shortages and things like that. Oh my goodness, this kid up there. I'm so sorry, friends. Oh my goodness, it gave me like an anxiety attack. Artifacts is a pretty nice, respectable hockey product though, yeah? I like hockey. I'm a Blackhawks fan. I got super lucky that they got super good for some time because when I was a kid, they were the worst. Oh my goodness. Just watching Detroit pound the crap out of us constantly when I was a kid. Whoa. And then hockey really, I got really upset with hockey. I get safety, but when they implemented the no-touch icing, I don't know how many years that's been now. The no-touch icing I really am not a fan of because I like to see that race to the puck, even if it is dangerous. I think that's obviously exciting too. And then there was something. Obviously, the Blackhawks suck. And then when they put Detroit in the other conference, when they broke up Chicago and Detroit, where they only play twice a year, come on, this is the dumbest shit ever. I mean, I know hockey's got a real great commissioner and all that, but yeah, the Red Wings were good for like my entire life up until when they fell off. Being a Chicago fan, that was awful. Because there was always Red Wings people around. I live just outside of Chicago in Indiana. So kind of in between Chicago and Detroit, but definitely closer to Chicago. I'm like 40 minutes from the White Sox Stadium, about an hour from Wrigley. But the Detroit hockey, oh my goodness. They're so good. It's unbelievably good. The region, that's it. I am from the region. Long live Region Rats. That's it. I used to work in Hammond. Oh yeah, yeah. I live in a town called Hobart. My union hall was in Hammond when I was like. They ended up moving, but yeah. Hammond's pretty rough now. I mean, aside from Bob Shrimp, I don't really go there. It's just Hammond's losing all of its business. Like all the trades, like for being in Hammond, then you know that like this is a very big union labor area, like with all the steel mills and refineries and what have you. It's a every industry, almost every business, every trade has moved out of Hammond. There's no more trade hall. There's no union halls at all in Hammond anymore. I'm fairly confident in that. The electricians are gone. Ironworkers are in Portage. The Boilermakers are here in Hobart. The carpenters and the millwrights are in Maryville. The electricians are in Maryville. They're all gone. The operators are in Crown Point, I believe. Everybody left Hammond. Everyone. Yeah. Oh yeah, like Hessville and stuff is nice, sure. But yeah, everything's gone though. It's nothing like what it was, even 10, 15 years ago. As we move on into box number 2, that's a lot of people have no idea what we're talking about right now. It's region stuff, friends. Region stuff, friends. Just type in "the region" on Google, see what happens. I don't even know what happens, but I bet something related to where I live happens. I was explaining to a kid in Florida that they literally have a pierogi festival in Whiting. Just talking about pierogies. All these non-pose shots always trip me up because they're not what you expect from a typical Heritage shot. All the Vaughn cards are cut awful too, I noticed. They're all hairy. Every one of them. Every one I've touched. Seems like that side's not great. And I know this is not the most entertaining break you're ever going to watch. It's a great festival. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Grant Krumpa. He's like, what? Because he's always posting, look at that, Kutch, Phillies. Andrew McCutchen, former MVP with the Pirates, has fallen off an absolute cliff in terms of productivity, but he had a good run of about 3 years where he was awesome. Absolutely awesome. This will go to the Phillies. Ben Johnson. Congrats, man. Nice hit. That's a cool card. That's a cool hit. So he's a guy that you don't see a ton. I've pulled a few of his autographs through the years, but not a ton. Absolutely not a ton. I don't know if we just went through all these, but we're going to again. I have no idea about the Bologna Festival. Oh, we definitely didn't go through these, because here's a Vaughn Chrome rookie. Number to 999. For the White Sox. 190 out of 999. Nobody. I want to move out. That goes with the purple hot box. I want to move to Denver area. My wife's dad lives out there. And it's super nice. It's so nice. We went there over the summer. We went to the home run derby. The temperature, the heat without the humidity. That's one thing they don't really tell you. Like where we live, like it's not hot all year round, but the summer is freaking terrible. Like it's literally like 70% humidity at all times, even when it's only 60 degrees outside. It's just gross. I went out there, it was 90 degrees at the home run derby, and I was barely even sweating. Like, it's just a different type of air. I needed it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. Say no to the snow. Yeah, then the snow comes and it doesn't go away. I did a new construction job in New Carlisle, Indiana. And that's east of here. And they call that like the snow belt. Like, because all the lake effect snow from Lake Michigan. It would literally snow there every day. It might not accumulate, but it would snow every day. And it was, were we east of the Rockies? I don't know. We went up in the mountains one day out there. But the thing is, if we moved out there, it would have to be the Denver area because there's no point to move that close to family because she's got a mother-in-law and her dad, and then half siblings, things like that, and people that actually want to see our family too. So that helps. I'm not talking about personal shit with strangers. It helps to have your family want to be a part of your family. So. There's no point moving out there though if you're gonna be more than 40 minutes away or so, because then what's the point? Then it's still a journey to do it, but it's so expensive. Houses out there are so expensive. We have an old Royals team card with the stamp the wrong way because they only do it one way. As our topper for box number 3. Like my very modest house built in the 50s would cost 2.5 times as much out there. So it's things like that. I'm like, I don't want to go buy my house out there for 2.5 times what it costs. So I'm kind of hoping it all blows up. The whole housing market just collapses. For selfish reasons, of course. So I don't want anybody to lose their homes or any of that. But I could sure go for a deal on a house, Anybody else? Anybody else trying to catch a good deal? Because the beers at Coors Field were cheaper than the beers at Wrigley. That's a fact. And they're bigger. You get 24-ounce cans at Coors Field. I've never seen those 24-ounce cans at a ball game before. Like, yeah, you could take me out to the ball game here anytime. Anytime. I'm here for it. Again, I don't like doing what I'm doing right now. I think it's very boring for you guys. But these packs are tricky. Like, I don't like this material they use. Bought a condo a couple months before the market skyrocketed. I got pretty lucky. I bought my house 4 years ago. 4.5 years ago. June of 16, I believe. And my mortgage company and everyone else says it's worth way more than I paid for it. Like, I've even had companies call because, like, my price, I paid $155,000 for my house, and it's 1,800 square feet, and it's built in the 50s. It's not anything amazing. It's a nice house. It's great for what I need. We're kind of growing out of it. But like the market in my area, like there's just nothing available for people in that financial demographic. So they're like, hey, would you sell your house? I get people ask me all like, no, why would I sell my house so I can go buy a more expensive house? I'm okay. Or like my car. I bought my dream car that I've wanted for 10 years last summer. And it's worth more money now than I paid for it, which is crazy for a car. But they're like, come sell us your car so you can come buy another car. Like, why? My same car, 1 year newer, is $20,000 more for no reason. Well, I'm okay. I'll keep my car, friends. Thank you. But it's very tempting when you see something like an asset like a car become worth more money. I just hope I can find a new car next year. Yeah, I hope you can too. I don't know if you said that before I started talking about cars, but it's nuts, man. It's crazy what they're doing with cars. Meehan over on Facebook, what's up, dude? Nothing really crazy yet. We had a McCutcheon autograph. Sorry, that's station identification. I forgot to tell you we were going to pause for. And a word from our sponsors, which do not exist. So I'll just continue doing the break. Mine's a 2008 that's wearing out. I hear you, brother. My mill car was a 2012 Ford Focus that I got in the trade right after I got the car. And my first job was 74 miles from my house, down in one town away from Indiana Beach, which is like Monticello, Indiana, which is far from here. And I drove it every day, and we were working 710s most of the job. So I was driving over 1,000 miles a week on a brand new car. I just ruined it right out of the gate. For like 6 months, I put like 30-something thousand miles on a car. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy, but that's how I was paying for the car. We have an Andrew Vaughn action variation. Very nice. It's the Andrew Vaughn case, ladies and gentlemen. We had the Angels case yesterday. We haven't even seen his ink yet, but I'm telling you, it's got to be coming. Nick Church. I do know Nick Church, though. Shout out to Nick, wherever you're at, bud. But then I ended up driving that car into mills, things like that. I actually... I was working maintenance for a company for a long time. We'd work 1,000,000 hours on like emergency outages, things like that. We left super late one night. I knew I was going to have some time off. Like it was the end of the job. Like, oh, this is great. Pouring, the bus takes us to the gate. We hop in our cars. I go to drive out of the plant, hit a puddle, and flooded my engine. It's terrible. Terrible. So then I had to put it... Luckily, I had a guy who did me a really great deal. I think it was like $1,300 for a used motor installed and a starter that I fried trying to get it going. Taylor Trammell for the Mariners, number to 372, 156 out of 372 for the M's. And so I had to dump more money into a car I absolutely hated. Here's Vaughn, and again, like I said, every base rookie might be able to see it against another card. They're fuzzy. You can see it, especially you guys on YouTube with the better quality. All the Vaughns are fuzzy. I don't know what's up with that. I'll sleeve them anyway. They're sketchy. Sketchy at best. Meehan, dude, you're everywhere. Now you're over on YouTube, what'd you say? Everyone better follow this guy on Facebook. Best breaker. Yeah, Meehan's the trip. I always tell people to like, just like a YouTube video, the calls to action or whatever. I always tell people, like, here, we'll do it right now. We got 28 people watching across all platforms. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, do something, interact. It all helps the algorithms and what have you as we get this Max Kepler game used memorabilia here for the Minnesota Twins. And then, instead of liking it on Facebook, you have like emotional reactions, like a Twitter DM, things like that. I think Instagram does it too, but Meehan always gives me the angry face. But you know what? It helps. It's interaction, and I'll take it. It's got to help the old algorithms. Seth Romo, Montgomery, Pinder, Eaton, Julian Merriweather. I'll talk about the cards for a minute, and you guys can tell me how annoying I am. You got Andres Jimenez, Nola, Young, Kirk, Plesac, Rosario, Presley, Trevor Story, and Jose Urena. Okay, I'm going to need a Braves auto now. All right, Dave. Settle down, Dave. We have one auto so far here in 3 boxes. Elledge, Bradley Jr., Garcia, Gordon, Roberto Clemente, Zach McKinstry, Jordan Williams, Hunter Renfroe, Jared Oliva, Yu Chang, McKenna, Iglesias, Musgrove, Dunning, Stassi, Zanino, Wright, Davis, Romero, Rooker, Stroman, Machado, Dahl, Devers, Akil Badu, Miley, Kalnick, Jorge Ona, Albies, Rodriguez, Weigel, and Alvarez. That's just so you guys watching know I know what I'm talking about. I'm just a talker. Just a talker. Miss Diana, I saw your name when we were doing this. I was absolutely shocked. Absolutely shocked. How are you? Kirilov. I'm glad the Twins person in here is talking about Kirilov, because I like the guy too. I'm not a Twins fan at all, and I know he got his season shortened, but I even liked him as a prospect. I always said good things about him, and I'm not a prospect-y type person. I like doing the rookie game. I don't like doing the prospect game, but I will. I actually should say that again. I don't like doing prospects until I know for certain they're going to the big leagues. So whenever that time period is. But, like, right when their first Bowmans come out, usually not. Except for, like, Alvarez, where he was either right in there or just getting into the big leagues when his first Bowman came out in, what was it, 19 Bowman Chrome, something like that. There are some times where the players' first Chromes come out after they've already made it. But I'm not into the prospect run around. All right, it's a Yastrzemski. I think it's a Carl. We have a Carl Yastrzemski. He will do good next year. Also, yeah, Austin Martin. That's huge. That's huge. Carl Yastrzemski. Best of luck to him over there. That's big time. This is box number 4. So I take about 6 years to get all these packs out. These packs don't like the trash bin. So like I use a liner, of course, because I'm not a caveman. And the packs will like float back up out of the garbage can when it gets full. They just decide they don't want to go in there anymore. Yeah, Rooker, I mean, he's never done anything to say that he's not going to be any good. And actually, a friend of mine who's not too far from here has basically every important Ryan Jeffers first Bowman card. For some reason, he was drawn to that guy when Bowman dropped. He bought a ton of them, and then Jeffers ended up making it in 2020. Nobody really saw that happening, and then he struggled quite a bit last year. The second he got called up, I told him when he got called up to start selling, and he kept buying. There's so many Ryan Jeffers Bowman autos. It's hilarious. Oh, let's see. I'm about halfway through your third podcast. Ooh, shout out to Miss Diana for watching the podcast. I already told the new folks about it. So I apologize if you addressed this in the second half. Do you ever feel strange using the word hobby to you know what? We started going over like the questions that came in, and it just the third episode was kind of a mess. I'm sure it doesn't sound as bad as the night we tried to record it a night before, and Pav's internet was messed up. So then we did it the following night, and then in the beginning of it, Pav's kids screaming, my kids are stomping around on the floor, but it was the window we had to do it, so you got to do it. We're not professionals. We don't have a studio. Any of that. So we did it, and then at the end he had to go. So then we had to like rush to wrap it up, and we didn't get to dive into some of the stuff we wanted to because we got sidetracked doing other stuff. I was actually telling these guys how we figured out when the actual peak of the singles market was. But to answer your questions, there was no minor league baseball in 2020. You are absolutely correct. No minor league baseball in 2020. They just had like extended spring training sites. Do you ever feel strange using the word hobby? No, I don't. I understand what you're saying. There's plenty of other words I dislike more than the hobby. I just feel like that's the generally accepted thing to call sports the hobby. But there's more like breaker terminology that really drives me nuts, or that I just don't use or buy into, or like pull and fire. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Sorry, excuse my French if you guys are new icos. So if that turns you off, I'm sorry. That's the only time I'm gonna apologize for being me. But I won't lie to you, I promise. And you'll get your card safely. And if we never do business again, that's fine too. But it's who I am, friends. But yeah, like pull and fire, that's so silly. What does that even mean? You want to... I get it, but I'm not about it. So it didn't help a lot of the rookies, got them behind a little. Well, no. For the Twins specifically? I think like this year was a bad year for most card products because I call this rookie class the year of the COVID call up. So there's a lot of rookies that ended up in a lot of products that would have never been in any of these products and never been in the big leagues had it not been for something COVID related. And I'm not naming names, but for example, me being a Cubs fan, Braylon Marquez pitched 2/3 of an inning for the Cubs in the finale of 2020, and he's been a rookie all year in all the sports cards, and he never made it to the major leagues last year with as bad as the Cubs were. It was either he had a shoulder issue, and then it was probably more service time related than anything else. But still, you got a guy who's literally not even a big league player, and by the time we see him in the big leagues pitching, he's going to be throwing out veteran cards. Or like Brendan McKay this year, signed a ton of veteran autographs. He's not even a big leaguer. He's not even that guy, and he's signing veteran autographs in these products in the hobby that we love and spend our hard-earned money on. And these fucking dudes are putting in people that have no business being in the products. They're just not there yet. And I'm not saying it's because they're garbage and terrible and no good, but they're not. You're not even in the big leagues. I'm not interested in your card, man. If you get it, pull me some fire. Bob, how about I set your Chris Bryant on fire? We'll do that. I just don't like it. Those types of terms. Keegan Thompson, though. I opened one box for me. I got my guy, Keegan. I was pumped. I didn't even know he was in the set. Although I did look through the checklist, so that's my fault. Miss Diane, what else you got for me? What else do you want to know? I'm supposed to get a hold of Brett this weekend. We're supposed to do another podcast, a deep dive with like PSA, a deep dive into grading because Brett is as close to a PSA expert as you could get in terms of a single human who does all his own card grading and things like that. He's got a lot to inform people about for just curious people in general, people who don't know how to do things like that. Anthony Rendon, number to 999. Chrome for the Angels. Patino, Stewart, Wong, Eaton, Tyon, Pinder, Jimenez, Nola, Young, Jones, Merriweather, Michaelis, Rosario, and Presley. Losing all the viewers. I got to do something to retain you guys. You fine folks. Oh, all right. Kirk, Elledge, Bradley Jr., Garcia, Gordon, Story, Urena, McKinstry, Weems, Chang, McKenna, Iglesias, Musgrove, Dunning, Renfro, Oliva, Stassi, Zanino. I feel like I've said these names before. And Bryce Harper, your reigning 2021 NL MVP, game used bat relic for Philadelphia. Said it was going to be a White Sox case, and we instantly switched over to Philadelphia. So there we go. Vaughn, I'm taking your hot box card, bud. I don't think a Harper relic's anything crazy, but it's a stand full of Vaughns right now. Jared Walsh, Chrome with the cup, number to 372. 199 out of 372 for the Angels. Finish up the rest of box number 4 here. Kelnick, Hoyer, Devin Williams, Jazz. So here's one like baseball people aren't going to know, or not, like card people. Nobody's going to get that. That's Cody Hoyer. Baseball people will know. Oh, I haven't pulled any blacks. What's that about? What is this 50? Non-numbered? I haven't pulled any of these. I'm sorry, I'm out of touch on this one. I had the thing I want to look at up earlier. Somebody's probably going to answer before I find out. Yeah, black borders are numbered 250. They're just not numbered. So for anyone who doesn't know that, yeah, exactly. Thank you. So I thought. And then the flip stocks, if we come across one, I'll let you know. So Tyler Wade there for the Yankees, number 250, although it's not numbered. These sleeves are killing me. It's like they got laid on the side. The whole one side is like a minor crease, so the card doesn't want to go in it. Instead of me being smarter than the sleeves, I'm just complaining about them. Flip the whole pack over. You're good to go. I should be good to go on the sleeve department, though. Yeah, that's a heritage thing, Bob. That's not anything new. Rolling over packs that didn't go in the garbage can, that's a good time. Sorry, I need these boxes where I can actually get to them. We gotta do some material rotation, though. Moving on to box number 5. Our topper, Steve Hargan for the Tribe. Yeah, that was an autograph though, bud. All the autographs are hand numbered, if they're numbered. The red ink, numbered to 72s. The blue inks are not numbered, but on a dual auto like that, they're not going to have like an extended print run. So even though it was a blue ink auto, they numbered it. That's just a regular base card. That Tyler Wade, it's not a hit. They did do it in the minor. See, I didn't do much minors. I'm actually staring at a case of it over there. I don't think I opened any for me. No, you're good, buddy. That's what makes this great, dude. I got no problem helping you guys learn. If I can teach you, why would I not do it? So I have a big issue with a lot of things in the hobby. A lot of things in the hobby are like, if you post something and you don't know, everybody just treats you like you're an idiot. Like, sometimes you are. No, I'm not going to say every question's intelligent. Some are very bad. But if it's, like, wanting to gain knowledge, if you just post something like, look at this, blah, 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 and you're so wrong about what you even have, then, you know, it's all about how you do it. Not what you do, it's how you do it. You know, yeah. I'm definitely an idiot. But I'm a curious idiot, which is a dangerous type of idiot. But yeah, it would be nice if they identified those flip stocks for sure. Because, oh man, my buddy Pav, the guy we do the podcast with, he had a Soto or an Acuna flip stock? A Tatis, maybe. I think it was a Tatis. He bought a Tatis flip stock from a guy that didn't know. I don't know if he didn't know it was, or I don't remember the story. But he like literally just out of thin air one day, he's like, look what I got. Where the hell did you get that? He ended up paying a pretty penny for it, but I think he sent it to Beckett on an express before grading got real weird. But those are things you do not see. The flip stocks are like red refractors, essentially, for anyone who's curious. They're not numbered, and there's only 5 of them, so they say. Oh, you know what? I think what the weird thing about that Tatis, now that I'm thinking about it, I think when he sent it to Beckett, I think the pop report was more than 5. It was something weird like that. I'd have to ask him instead of just sitting here talking about it. I think that's what it was. There was something really goofy about it. But that doesn't... Oh my goodness, I apologize. That doesn't mean anything either, though. Because you can crack a slab and regrade it. And if you crack it and don't tell them, it's going to stay in the pop report. So you could send the same card 8 times if you really wanted to do it. I don't think anybody would, but you could. I believe there's also a way where you can get the card removed from the pop report too, like if you send in the label or the whole slab in. But I don't think most people would even think to do that. Was razzing a thing when you first started? What do you think of? Razzing was absolutely a thing when I first started, and I did it. I'll never sit here and tell you that I didn't not do it. But basically my business got to a point where it was looking like I was going to be able to do this full time like I do now. And I made a decision that there was no point in risking any type of trouble over something that I was going to provide for my family with. So while nobody's actively pursuing people that razz, or, there's nothing like, nobody's taking those people to jail and nobody's locking them up. And I mean, people do get in trouble from time to time, but it's never anything major. In the scheme of things, a razz is gaming. Gaming is illegal unless you have a gaming license. I do not have one of those. You can word it however you want that helps you sleep at night. You can call it whatever you want to do it, but at the end of the day, it's a raffle and it's not acceptable and you shouldn't do it. I don't care if anyone does them. I don't care. I'm a very, I don't want to be political here, Diana, but what is it like? I'm independent as fuck. I don't care what people do. I do not care. I want people to do what makes them happy. So the same way I feel about the pandemic and all, I don't care. I lived a much different life than a lot of people. I saw a lot of bad stuff. There was literally people dying in the steel mill I was working in while I was being a union representative for the men when nobody knew what was going on. And at the end of the day, I didn't care. Do what you think that you need to do. Make the best decision for you. You shouldn't need me or anyone else to tell you how to live your life. I have such an issue with people telling people how, why, when, and what to do. But the converse or the flip side or the argument to that, and I understand it, is basically boils down to the we have a patch auto coming up. It comes down to the what is it? The shopping cart theory. And I don't know the exact theory about it, but basically that humans can't govern themselves because they're so lazy they won't even put a shopping cart back in the shopping cart corral thing. People are just I could get really ranty here, and I could upset a lot of new people that don't know how I like to deliver a message. Here we go. We have a nice hit. We have a nice hit for the Blue Jays. Miss Diana, this one's for you. How about a Nate Pearson Clubhouse Collection patch auto game use 7 out of 25 for the Blue Jays? But people should do whatever they want to do. Nobody should tell you how to live your life. Period. Nobody tells me what to do. Even when people told me what to do, I still did whatever I wanted. You got to do this, you got to do that. Sure, fine, whatever. All right, cool. All right, is he gone? All right, this is what we're doing. And then if you know that you know how to do everything the right way, or you know what's right and wrong, but not everybody has that same ability. I don't even think it's an ability. I don't even know what you call it. A moral conscience, an internal compass. I can't leave a shopping cart not in the thing because I'm like, hey, I'm not that lazy. Why am I going to make the guy whose job it is to go collect all of those and bring them back? Why am I going to make his job harder so I can save 10 seconds of my life? I'm sorry, getting home 10 seconds sooner isn't worth pissing off your fellow human. Okay, have some respect for one another. You don't have to like anything either. Like, I don't know when we got to a point in life when just because two people disagreed, they had to hate each other. I don't know when that started. That's disgusting. So, I disagree with so many people on so many things that I'm friends with all of them. You know why? Because then we can start talking about something else. And if there's an issue, usually you can be grown enough to handle it. Hey, this is how I feel about it. This is how you feel about it. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? This is what we can do, or we can just, I'm not, the confrontation is uncomfortable, but it helps grow. I disagree with you pulling all these teams. Exactly, man. Well, here's what we can do about it. I have no control over what's in the case. That's what we can do about it. So you can either zip it, or I can send you some coal in your package to put in your stocking and say, that was my gift to you from Santa Claus. That's what we can do about it. But I just want to do whatever I want to do, period. That's why I got the best job in the world, even though it's not what I want to do necessarily all the time. We move on into box number 6. Our topper. Be my man Randy. Breaks all night, day year. Rose Arena. Let's go. I'm going to pause just a moment for station identification and word from our sponsors. That one was not brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar with cream soda. It was actually brought to you by you, because without you guys, there would be no video right now. So thank you very much for hopping on the eBay, finding a team you liked, and winning the auction. Congratulations on winning the auction. A lot of you got some really good deals, so that's good. That's good. I'm not losing money, so I'm happy. I'm good. Except for the Twins. We really got to find something for Jamie. We need a Carolina. And the Tigers. And Thomas. I have to sing him a Noel if things don't go so good for him. Bob, what'd you pay for the Cubs, bud? Well, the Cubs were in the 20s, yeah, or the low 30s? I think I had them for 35 in the Pick Your Team earlier. And then I think the Angels and the Mariners were each 95 each, 33. Dave, I don't know. I don't know. I charged 60 for him in the Pick Your Team. I don't know what you paid for him. Yeah, the Diet Cream Soda is amazing. When I paid FeeBay, it ended at 41. I think I charged 35, so really not that bad. But you paid shipping, and I never charge people for shipping. So that's the difference. That's literally like insurance for losing money on an eBay auction. To ensure that you don't entirely lose your ass on shipping and the product, you make sure that the shipping's covered. 50. So yeah, you got a good deal on the Braves. A lot of people got good deals. I mean, my prices in general and Pick Your Team are better than 95% of the other breakers out there. I crushed Real Breaks and Heritage pricing, and I guarantee you they got their cases cheaper than mine. Because I saw another breaker sent me a thing today. Said, what's going on with this? I said, I don't know. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh man. I was higher on some teams than they were, but they were higher on almost everyone else. But that's not bad. I mean, you didn't get had. And you had to pay taxes. Did everyone have to? eBay's everyone has to pay sales tax, right? Because, see, like, the way I operate, I only have to do, like, Indiana customers only have to pay sales tax for me. And that's only through my website. But I basically only sell on my website now because I sell between multiple social medias and stuff like that. Tigers for 52, and while we were breaking, I won another case for 32. Yeah, what did I charge for the Tigers? I'll tell you right now what I charged for the Tigers. I have no problem telling you. 40. I charged 40 for them, so yeah, that's fine. eBay's everyone pays taxes, right? That's unfortunate, and that's only because they remit the sales tax on behalf of the seller now. Because before it didn't used to be that way. You still had to pay sales tax, and they didn't pay it out for you. Now I believe they collect it. They don't even send it to you, and then they send it in on your behalf. It's like my bookkeepers don't even ask for my eBay statements. I send them to them, but they don't even ask for them anymore. Because basically every month, I work with like a remote company because I had the IRS mess with me through no fault of my own. But basically, after that experience, I spent over $12,000 to find out the IRS owed me money. So go figure. Small business ownership's fun. The Twins, Jamie, is an accident. See, I made a gigantic mistake this morning. Scott Karazic, I believe, got the Twins for $40, but they were not supposed to be $40. Yeah, so he sold. That was a typo. But he literally found the listing before I ever shared it to social media. And I was looking at the regular Heritage checklist instead of the Heritage high number when I priced the teams out. So I had to, take the post down. But since I had already sold the Twins and I knew the guy, there was no way in hell I was going to cancel his order. I'm not that type of guy. If I make a mistake, I made a mistake, and that's a good on you for catching it and benefiting from it. On the flip side of that, I overcharged for the Padres. I think I charged $50 for them, and I ended up coming down to $35. And somebody bought the Padres too, and I didn't even know who they were. Somebody paid $50 for the Padres, and I don't think they're a $50 team. Ryan B. Johnson, what'd you pay for the Padres tonight? If you're still watching, I don't think they were a $50 team, and that's what they sold for. And they were the first team to sell today. I'm like, oh no, that's not good. But I don't believe anybody of any note has an autograph chance for them in this product. But the Twins, I believe I want them at 55 is where I want them. Because I took a note in my notes. But for pick your team on this product, I was charging $95 for the Angels and the Mariners. And then I believe the next most expensive team were the Reds, around $75. Yordan Alvarez, let's go. I'm a huge Yordan guy. Astros, Kevin Eager's an Astros guy. He's literally an Astros man. He's an old-timey gunsmith down in Texas. Shout out to Kevin Eager, dude. Look at this bad boy. Sorry, Vaughn. What's better, the chrome or the variation in the Vaughn department? No, not bad. I was just surprised the Twins were the highest selling team for this eBay break. And not by much. There was a handful of teams in the 70s. The Reds and the Mariners and maybe the White Sox. The White Sox got up there a little bit. But no, I mean, nobody got burned. But a lot of people probably got a pretty decent deal, which is great. I think that's fantastic. Sean Murphy, Mejia, Tucker, Darno, Moustakis. Is it gold chrome coming up, I think? I don't know if I've seen one of these yet. Good luck. We have an India. Good luck, everybody. It's going to be Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux, number to 5. Wow. If only I liked Gavin Lux. I spent all of last year trashing this man. For the Dodgers, Ben Kenyon. Gold Gavin Lux, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 Gavin Lux. Now what do we do? Harper. Peace, dude. See you later, bro. It's a clown question. Gotta go. Yeah, he did. I'm awful. Not ready to go when it was time to play baseball. Then he was just terrible. I'm not a Dodgers fan. Lots of things, self-bias. Plus, he failed. And then I was having a field day with it because you know how many Dodgers guys we got in the room. Do you think Alvarez will be a great player moving forward? Diana, that's tough. I think Alvarez will be an elite hitter for a long time. So if that's what makes you a baseball player, absolutely. If Harold Baines can get into the Hall of Fame doing nothing, essentially, Yordan can get in with just his bat. So we'll see. I mean, anything's possible. And he's one person, and I hate to say this, but I worry about his age, if his age is accurate. Because, everybody says that about Juan Soto, but Juan Soto has a baby face. There's no... Alvarez looks like a chiseled, war-hardened, grown man. He doesn't look like a young kid. But he's a big, tall dude who's already had some surgeries and stuff. But he just looks like a chiseled veteran. Baines is the bar soy. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Oh, do I agree. Here's another pot. You want to stir this pot? What do we think about Buster Posey? Is he a Hall of Famer or not? Is it body of work? Is it like what qualifies you as a Hall of Famer? Because I don't think he's played long enough. I think what he's done in the time he's played is amazing. And I'll never say Buster Posey was not good. But I don't think he played long enough. Just that simply put. And a lot of people disagree with me. Big time. Man, we might be getting some spam on the YouTube. We went all day. The last 2 days were really bad on YouTube streams for spam. So we might have to deal with that. We're getting like damn near porno. They're not, like click here links. I've never heard of that before in 4 years. And then they said Amazon went down the other day. Like all the porno bots come over here. Yeah, I have no idea now. And I love Buster Posey. I just simply don't think he played baseball long enough. It's literally that simple to me. Like if he would have played 2 or 3 more years, yep, no doubt. But if you look at his stats, they just don't stack up for a full career's worth of work. Now he's going to go spend time with his family and raise his kids and fucking live a great life. And have all the championship rings and accolades. Yep, absolutely. But are you immortalized forever? I don't know. I like, the only reason I say that is because Joe Mauer. Benji, Posey's in, monster stats for a catcher. What about Joe Mauer then? Is Joe Mauer even eligible yet? He's not eligible, is he? I don't know. Is he on the ballot? 3 rings, 3 no-nos, perfect. But yeah, no-nos in a perfect game doesn't matter. He just caught those. Yeah, he called them maybe. Sure. 1,700 hits is nothing. 1,700 hits is jack shit for a Hall of Famer, though. That's my issue. If Posey gets in, I don't care. I'm happy. I think he should get in. I don't think the numbers reflect that, though. I'm not saying he's not, he's leaving some in the tank is the only point I'm making. But I think Mauer and Posey's career stats are very comparable without me even looking. And then Posey kind of gets screwed on the no gold glove thing too because Yachty. Because I don't think Posey ever won a gold glove. Or maybe won. Did he win a gold glove or no? Jordan's 24 came from Cuba. They grew up hard. Altuve says you're the best hitter. Oh, Eager's here. Haha, old man Eager's in the building. What's up, brother? You see her, Jordan? That's just the thing. Like, all the accolades Posey has, and then you say 1,700 hits. It's like, man. That's it. Like, Nick Markakis has 2,400 hits. He's retired. Nobody will ever talk about him again. He was a guy I had pegged as a guy with a shot to get to 3,000. And then COVID happened, and then he got hurt, and then he just decided to call it a day. He had a very good career for never being talked about. Just kicking, buddy. It's all great, though. DeGrom is 33 in 174 games. You're not going to get an argument from me on DeGrom. Pitchers in today's baseball are all screwed. Every one of them. And I don't understand it either. I understand, like, the physics of baseball and how good the technology is to maximize efficiency in the body. But before any of that, why were humans able to throw a bazillion innings? Why was Nolan Ryan able to pitch? Why were these pitchers in the 30s and 40s able to pitch every day? And now everybody sees them as investment pieces and analytics, and the third time through the order, you can't pitch. Like, what? Who gives a shit? If the pitcher's good, let him pitch. Quit worrying about what your stupid numbers say. I like looking at numbers, but I don't think that should influence on-field things. Because numbers are results. Results are past tense. You're going to manage the current, present time based on the past. I don't know. I don't know if that's always accurate. Yeah, Jim. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We pulled he was in a product. I think he was in archives. Because I think we pulled a couple of his autographs. Yeah, but Baines didn't play defense. That's why I don't think he should be in. Because he was a DH. Why is it Canseco? Steroids. It's steroids, unfortunately. Being a snitch ain't cleaning nothing up, though. I don't like being a snitch. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing for anybody, and this will probably... I don't know why people don't understand what I have to say about this. You don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to like it, but you cannot tell me I'm wrong. So hear me out. Steroid guys aren't in the Hall of Fame. It's horseshit. Everyone from the World War II era is in the Hall of Fame, and all they had was amphetamines and fucking stimulants out the ass. Absolutely out the ass. They were so loaded up with greenies and going out there and just fucking being zoned in because they're methed out, basically. Like, I took Adderall one time in college for a doubleheader, and I went 7 for 8 with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and a walk. The baseball was this big. I was in the absolute zone, and that was right around the Legion of Boom and the Seahawks and all that, and then those dudes got in trouble for taking Adderall because it's meth. Basically, it's an amphetamine. That shit is literally a performance-enhancing drug. It literally enhances your mental ability and your cognitive function to do things. Steroids just make you stronger. They don't make you hit better. So, to say that none of them steroid dudes can get in the Hall of Fame and all these other guys who literally did amphetamines, which will improve your performance, are in, and the steroid guys can't, it's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous argument. Yeah, they were drunk post-war, too. That's a whole different thing. The Red Sox, not long ago, right after when Poppy was still around, they were drinking in the clubhouse and shit. I got no issues with that. That drinking isn't a performance enhancer. As many pool players and dart shooters at the bar will tell you it's a performance enhancer, I'm not playing at the highest level intoxicated. I'm not playing Major League Baseball intoxicated. And I am a guy who has hit a 95-plus mile-an-hour baseball for a home run and didn't know it was coming. I'm a collegiate, washout, medically retired, third team, or honorable mention junior college All-American. I played at a decent level. I was a respectable athlete. There's no way I would play baseball drunk. Maybe a shot at the most, just to loosen up. And I mean that. I don't know if you'd want to do any more than that. The beer league softball players, I'm not having it. Steroids saved the game? Yeah, I mean, what about Manfred using 2 balls last year, huh? Nobody's trying to pound him out for that one. And he's saying it was a supply chain issue. Well, if it's a supply chain issue, don't switch to baseballs, you stupid. I hate Manfred. Anyway, back to the cards. These people are going to think I'm crazy. They're like, we came here for a break. Not a lesson in what Brad thinks about everyone in baseball. Well, welcome to Underground, friends. Welcome to Underground, friends. Yermeen. I think we have a variation coming up here. It is an Action Kirilov. There we go. There we go, Jamie. I'm glad we got this one, buddy. At least. If nothing else happens. Just at least. Yeah, but they changed the core in the baseball. I don't know if you've actually seen that. It came out, and they said they were doing it. They said they were changing the baseball, but they actually mixed and matched baseballs and didn't tell nobody. That's the issue. You shouldn't be allowed to play with loaded dice for some people and not for the other. Cronenworth. Stoller and drink till 3 or 4 in the morning. Sunday play at noon, hey. I'm not saying I never drank all night and went to practice, but it's different than playing the game. Some people, though, I mean, Josh Gordon, the receiver from the Browns. Kalnick there at the end. He basically said he had to get drunk to play. He had like too much anxiety. And then he'd go out there and catch 4 balls and get 200 yards. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous what that guy would do. There's people that have to do it, or they think they need to. Beautiful red chrome India. Beautiful. It's so off-center, though. It makes me sick. Tony Favascio. I'm sorry if that's not it, but I'm trying. Beautiful. Number to 372, Jonathan India. Some red on red action there. Some red on red action. Our next hit is rookie Royal Brady Singer with a pinstripe. Yeah, bad centering. Real bad. Must have been a golf ball core for Soler. Oh my goodness, that's no joke. You see Manfred sitting at, like, in the camera well. Like, hey, throw him this one. Nobody will see him doing it. Nobody will say anything if he does it. MLB, make sure which teams when pitching. Kevin, I don't know. I don't know, buddy. 600 more home runs in MLB in 2019 than 2021. That's because they introduced that dead ball. Or the deader ball. What's it supposed to fly like 6 less feet over 400 feet or something like that? I remember the stats when they came out and said it was happening. But the problem is you can't use 2 balls. It has to be the same for everyone. Slam Diego. Love it. Jonathan India. It's like it's the principle more than the actual effect of doing it. You can't do that. It's not right. I mean, how would you feel if somebody said this is what it's going to be and then you found out later that that's not really what it was? Baseball players are very mental people. If you start telling them the baseball's changing and they're trying to compensate and do things, and it would be very upsetting. But I'm not a player, so I mean, I don't have anything to say. I just don't think it's right. Do you think the strike will be resolved? I think it has to be. And fortunately for us, the consumers, I think it will. I'm sorry. The players want quite a bit, but I think the owners are going to have to cave because I don't think they want to experience any revenue loss again so soon after 2020. Would like MLB put money into the minor league for umps, more money for food and lodge in the player? Yeah. Yeah, man. I turned down independent baseball over that. After I did my rehab and stuff, because I got in a car accident. That's basically what happened to me. I did my rehab. I got offered a Frontier League contract. And it was $300 or $400 a month in 2010 summer. No, 2011. The spring of 2011. And it was just not enough money. Like I can't. I was on my own though. I didn't have anywhere to stay or any. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I have to get a real job now. I have to be in society. I don't have the opportunity to chase this dream anymore. But they're trying to make it better for those guys because even the affiliated minor league players were saying just some of the things are terrible. So I don't know. I don't know. But here's the other thing. And I only say these types of things because I have a better perspective than most, is that the affiliated baseball teams, the minor leaguers that we talk about, they can afford to do those things for those players. Like I have independent baseball by me, literally right down the road, the American Association of Baseball. Those baseball teams have to make a profit to exist. The minor league affiliates do not have to turn a profit. The big league club pays their fund, pays for it. That's part of their development. So There are minor league affiliated teams that do turn a profit. It's very low. And the ones that don't, the big league club foots the bill. So yeah, if you can foot the bill and not make money, then you can absolutely make sure that you take care of these players, because those are the players you're investing in to come be a part of your big league club eventually. Or why else would you have them on the team? So I really think the strike's going to get resolved. I don't know what compromises will happen, but I think from an ownership standpoint, after all that crying they did about 2020, even though they only played 60 games and that was all the owner's fault and Manfred. There's articles about that too, where Manfred said they were at no point ever going to play more than 60 games. Yep, that's the same thing here, Dan. Yep. My actual insurance agent, the guy that does my home and auto insurance, he sponsors like 2 or 3 ball players every year, and they live at his house during the season. But I didn't even know about that type of stuff when I turned down the deal. I literally panicked, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with $400 a month? Can't even chew tobacco for $400 a month. What? Like, I literally thought it was a joke, but I didn't have anybody. Like, I literally had nobody. I didn't even have, like, an adult to be like, hey, what do you think I should do here? So, it's just I didn't know any of that. But yeah, hop on a bus and drive around. And then, off season, you're on your own. You know, you get paid in season. You know, it's like 6 months you get paid. Paid like $2,400 to play baseball for a year. Hell yeah! I got paid more in college. Paid more in college to play baseball. This is box number 8. Yeah, having somebody open the packs literally saves 4 boxes worth of time. I think the last break was like an hour 35. This one's going to be 2 hours. I apologize. We had something lined up, friends, that didn't work out. I had it lined up specifically for this product, which really bums me out. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. If you're having a good time, I know we're losing all the viewers. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, say anything. Anything at all. This is just not the most entertaining product to keep folks just on the edge of their seat. Have you pulled anything decent, Cubs, since opening that Bryant? Bob, haven't you been watching? No. No, I haven't. There's an Azalai. Veteran card. I'm getting ants in my pants, basically, is what's happening. I don't want to sit down anymore. This is not usual me in a chair time. On and off. Enough playing around. Enough playing around. Yeah, Illinois, they got a bunch of independent teams. David Price, number to 999 for the Dodgers. Surgery this morning. Oh shit, what'd you have surgery on, Bob? I think you told me, but I'm just gonna plead ignorance. Say I forgot, or got busy, or sidetracked. I got an excuse. Whatever excuse you want to hear, I got it. But hopefully you're all right. Yeah, just in the American Association, they got the Joliet Jackhammers and the Chicago Dogs. They gotta have a couple other teams over there too. Chicago's popping with baseball. Chicago area, which is cool. The Chicago Dogs, though, what a great baseball team name that is. Kalnick, and it's not the animal, it's the food. For anyone who doesn't know, the Chicago Dogs. I love it. Dual autos in every case of Heritage. Let's go, Altuve and Bregman. Old man Eager. Let's go, dude. This is only my second case. We've had a duel in each one. It's amazing. They got crap living facility. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. It's rough. It's rough, man. 2 cheaters walk into my house. Haha. Oh, man. Sorry, Dave. I actually like that better than a Trout. Ouch. I don't. It's two cheaters. Bregman broke my heart when they found out he was cheating. But here's the other thing. The Yankees and the Red Sox are guilty too. And we don't know what, because they said, the judge said that the Yankees didn't have to open up them sealed letters. And that's bullshit too. So while the Astros took all of the blunt for all of the cheating, for all the cheating, the Yankees and the Red Sox were cheating too. And I don't know how, because they won't tell us. So Bregman was actually a PC player of mine that was not a Cub. I was a big fan. I mean, I still like the guy. He just literally breaks my heart. Fucking dude. Cheater. Pumpkin eater. Little short guy Altuve still hit. I mean, they're still hitting. They gotta... Yeah. I don't like... Go Yordan. You know what I mean? The Red Sox getting their manager back. Yeah, Cora. Mm-hmm. Wonder why. Or how. Or, because the ownership don't care. They only care because they got caught. Nobody's ever sorry because they did it. They're only sorry they got caught. I mean, how many people have ever been like, oh, I'm sorry I did that? No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. That's why you're sorry. Because now you have to say you're sorry. How many times I got to tell one of my little girls to tell the other one that they're sorry for being mean? A lot. You know how many times they mean it? Probably never. Diane, you got to look it up. I've looked it up. I looked it up last night. Google Yankees sealed letter. That's all you got to Google. It was a big deal for about 2 days, and that shit went under a rug so fast. I think Manfred actually did something and said that they need to open them letters up, and then they got a judge to rule that it was irrelevant to whatever they were dealing with specifically, and that they didn't have to open up them letters. But apparently those letters detail how the Yankees and the Red Sox were cheating and getting inside edge. And then the Rockies too. I think the Rockies were the ones where they were using a massage gun. So it's like a percussion gun, it's basically like a hammer drill, or just it's a back and forth thing. If you guys have ever seen those massage guns with the different tips, if you hit that on anything, you're gonna feel it. Like if you have it on a bench, you can feel it from one end to the other. Yeah, it's in the Dan. You're 100% right. That's all I ever say. All human nature is to get an advantage. If you're competing, they're gonna do anything they can to get an advantage. Joe Jackson. Don't get me started on Joe Jackson. I'm not about it. No way. Joe Jackson's a scumbag. So's that entire White Sox team in your stupid Field of Dreams movie, which is not specifically tied into that, but minority here for that one too. You don't sacrifice your integrity for a payday. Sorry, whether he hit 300 in the World Series or not, if you accept the money to throw a World Series, you're a piece of shit. There's no how that's I can't go there with anybody. Pete Rose, yes, because he bet on himself to win. That's not the same as accepting money to not perform at your best. It's two entirely different things. I don't care if they tried to prove that he didn't do it or not. The pot, the kettle. His stats were fantastic. I agree 100%. Dave, I'm right there with you. That's why people make the argument. His stats were great. It's wrong. For all the wrongdoings and like holding Pete Rose out for betting on baseball. It's so hypocritical. Like I said, you got amphetamines and steroids, and only one group gets punished from the Hall of Fame. You got betting on getting punished instead of instead of accepting bribe. I mean, that's a fucking bribe. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I don't like the White Sox either, so that really doesn't help. I'm biased then. Beltran came from the Yankees to Houston. When he got here, he said the Astros were way behind in the sign stealing tech. Yeah, no, you're right. Kevin, you're right. Yeah, Beltran. He was not an innocent person in any of that. Sign stealing tech, though. See what I mean? The technology for stealing signs. This pack feels gigantic. How many cards are supposed to be in a pack? 9? There's way more than 9 in here. I thought there was going to be a giant relic. There's 3, 6, 9. There's 11 cards in here. I thought there was going to be a monster hit in there, and it's just because there's 2 more cards than there's supposed to be. I grabbed that pack and went, oh no, we're going to get something awesome. Just an overstuffed pack. As if there's not enough cards in this product, as is. Hopefully, if you're still here, you're having a good time. I appreciate you guys all being here, checking it out. Checking out Underground. I've been talking all day, though. I'm about talked out. I don't think you guys believe me, though. But hopefully there's some more monsters for some of you fine folks. I'm very impressed with both of the cases so far, though. For what this product is, I think we're doing really good. I've had Heritage cases with 2 autos, all case, and both of them be terrible. Heritage in the spring, we pulled a case with 2 autos. One was Alex Gordon, and I forget who the other one was. I mean, I've seen some abysmal, absolutely abysmal cases of Heritage. Love watching Branks. Hey, friend, what is your, I'm sorry, the YouTube name and you don't have to tell me your full government name. Just, what team do you have? Just tell me what team you have, and then I'll know who you are. If you like the anonymity thing, which I totally respect. I can't argue about this break. Yeah, Kev, dude. Oh, attaboy. Attaboy, Kev. We're going to pause a moment for station identification. Another word from our sponsors. All right. Here we go, friends. 4 boxes left, including this one. Another Vaughn. Cronenworth. Yermine was in there. Chapman, Morton, Kikuchi, Gonzalez, Rogers, Whitlock, Luplo, Hayes, insert. Is this what I use on most sites and never change it for YouTube? Are you in the break though? Or no, you just watching? Either way, thanks for hanging out. Alright, Dave. How about Albi's action shot? Look at that. That's a bomb too. Look at them eyeballs. That's a fucking bomb. Why would I? It's ridiculous. I'll never tell anybody anything is exciting when it's not. I'll undersell a card before I oversell it. That's just my nature. I'm Tom with the Tigers. Tommy Tigers. Oh yeah, I was gonna sing you a Noel here if we don't get you a good hit, man. I'm not a good singer either, so it's probably going to be more harmful than good. Chris Bubich, we hit him in the last case too. Royals. Kevin, there you go, sir. Another autograph for you. Probably covers your Royal spot. I'm not kicking Lux off the stand though. Not for this, and I'm not a Lux guy. A whole bunch of ink up there though. It's a great sign. Congrats, Kev. Rose bet to win. Pro athletes that own horses. Torrey, Stottlemyre, Zimmerman, and others that Jordan lost 108. Yeah. No, yeah, he bet to win. I agree. 100%. I'm all for it. Rose should be in. There's no doubt in my mind. He bet on himself. He bet to win. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I had a redemption in Heritage today. When I scratched it off, the code came off with it. You got to mail it to him. I've done it. I did it to a Chris Bryant redemption. Cut it off with a knife instead of scratching it. I literally cut it off the fucking card. My knife was too sharp. That was the. I've been afraid to scratch redemptions ever since. I actually use these to scratch my redemptions off now. Because I'm so afraid of cutting them off with my knife. This card, I just held a side profile. This Jameson Tyon card is wrecked when whoever gets that. I didn't do that. Came that way. Go Tops. No, I didn't. We'll go back through it. This is the exact stack I just set down. I just pulled an auto out of here. This one or the last one? Hang on. This is the next thing I set down. I'm very confident that I didn't, but I'm always willing to look into it. Yeah, I don't think so, bud. I'll go back a little further. Because then I get paranoid. Yeah, this one we top loaded and talked about. Yeah, we already. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't. I'm confused, bud. Sorry, you're good. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. We'll catch it in sorting, of course, but that's not the problem. If we can do it now, we'll do it now. So I'll look back one more, but I think we're good. I really do. We had the Boobich, which is said very weirdly like that. It doesn't flow. Croatian or something like that. Meehan. Oh, Meehan's trying to mess with me. He wants me to yell. Meehan, we're not doing this in front of strangers. Michael Lorenzen, number to 999. We're not doing this in front of the strangers. There's still 3 more boxes. Oh my, this break's never going to end. But it's been good, so I'm really not complaining. I'm just antsy. I want to go see what's going on in the world of sports. Been in the dungeon all day, friends. Old B-Rad wants out of the dungeon. I'm Brad, by the way. I don't even know if I introduced myself. I feel like an asshole. My name's Brad Ross. Bradley Ross, if you want to look me up on the socials. I use my government name. Not afraid of it. Basabe, it's just a weird shot. Home run robbery, that's cool. Kyle Lewis. That was the moment I said he officially won Rookie of the Year. Because that was the only thing, even while Luis Robert was falling off a cliff in the batting department in 2020, in that short season, the Luis Robert Dick writers all said Lewis doesn't play defense. And then he went out and robbed the home run. I said, well, now what's your argument? I have 2 more breaks tonight. This is going to be a long night. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, dude. Best of luck to you. Hopefully they don't keep you here for 2 hours like I'm about to. At least what'd you say? You got that other team for $32, dude? Nice. The other Tigers? That's a good deal. Three boxes left, friends. We have a Joe Turd Ferguson for the Dodgers. I really don't like that they do this. They should just reissue them. I don't think they should stamp them. They were fine as time period pieces. Now you gotta stamp them. I don't like it. I gotta stand up a second, friends. Oh my goodness. Getting old. Don't get old, everybody. Everything pops. Oh, cracks. You're probably all older than me. I apologize. Brad's a great breaker. Needs to pull me more braves, but he's a good dude. Brad, if I come to Chicago, can I crash at your place? No. No, Chris, you can't. I got this thing called a family. My wife literally shot down one of my best friends was going to come over and help tonight. I don't run my house, bud. But if I did, you'd be more than welcome to stay. My dad was in between houses through his own fault, and I'm not doing anything about that. First thing my wife said is, he ain't staying here. All right. Yeah, beer? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm all about it. I'll have a beer. I mean, I'm not, but I will have a beer. Too many calories, man. Too many calories. It's just not worth it. I'd rather eat the calories than drink them. You can do other stuff to get the buzz. Kevin. Old man Eager's getting offended I said I'm old. I just pop a lot, dude. Had a physical life. Besides the cost of boxes, what do you think is the most surprising thing about the hobby right now? I don't really think it's the cost of boxes. Here's the Diana. Here's the most surprising thing about the hobby right now. The hobby has settled in and cooled off, and the market for the low end stuff has completely disappeared. But the high end market is almost better than it's ever been. Like, it really hasn't slowed down. Dave, you could have went for next to nothing after the trade deadline. I didn't go the rest of the year after they traded everybody. They were offering season tickets mid-year, and I've never seen it happen before. I think Cubs fans, and I'm so proud to say this, I think they finally are tired of being lovable losers, and I don't think they're going to accept it anymore. I don't think Wrigley Field will be packed to the gills on a 110 day game anymore if the team's not competitive. So I really hope that's the case, because that's the only way the Ricketts will not be able to milk the Cubs for all they're worth. They were so cheap, dude. Dave, they didn't lower the ticket prices at first, and then the stadium got super empty, and then you could go on the day of the game and go to the Cubs tickets, like not even through any secondary sites. You could still buy tickets to the games, and they got cheaper. But when they first traded everybody, it was still like $40 a ticket just to sit in like the worst possible seat. And I'm sorry, I'm like snobby, like I have to have a decent seat or sit in the bleachers. Because I don't like Wrigley. There's some bad places to sit in Wrigley Field because of the way their decks are. So there's like bad seats. There's seats where if you sit back far enough underneath on the floor level, behind the home plate, and from first to third base, all that, if you sit back far enough, you can't see the fly balls. There's no way I'm going to a baseball game where I can't follow the ball. I was very anti jumbo charons and screens and shit too. And then the first homestand I went to, we sat right where the bullpens used to be. Like, literally where they used to be on the field. And the net, the net sucks. The net is really unfortunate. The trend is like naked trading in the market. Social media goes game to game, not year to year. Yeah. But the high-end stuff is good. You're right, though. The high-end market's really good. Like, look at 1-in-1 basketball. Mosaic basketball is still on Panini's website, I think. It was yesterday for like $7.79 a box. 1-in-1 was $1,200 a box for one card, sold out instantly, and it sells for like $1,400 right now. Like, selling. I got a breakup if you guys are trying to get one of those. The Anthony Edwards downtown card out of that product on auction is like over $6,000 right now, and there's still plenty of time left on it. On the trend, forget tickets here now. SRO and some regular season. I don't even know what that means. You say SRO, I think of school resource officer. 3 boxes left. There we go. Gary Sanchez, number to 999 for the Yanks. Chrome. Keegan. Just gotta shout him out. Nobody knows about him. He's not the greatest. I like the way he pitches. He's hurting. He's being large and in charge. Oh, standing room only tickets. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, the cool thing about the Cubs thing was Chicago was only 25%. Chicago's the most scared place on earth. They were so shut down that it was only Zach McKinstry for the Dodgers, action variation rookie. They only sold 25%, and they offered it all to ticket holders, season ticket holders first, and our friend Carissa, She is a season ticket holder. So the first homestand she bought tickets for, and you had to buy the whole homestand. That's like how they sold the tickets. They didn't sell single game tickets because it was only 25% capacity. So the second homestand, she gave me her login stuff to buy to homestand. And then I gave her one of the games for the Trouble. And that's why I bought those kick-ass tickets where the bullpens used to be. Just right next to the grounds crew on the third base side. But the issue is the net sucks. You can't even take a picture through the net because your camera focuses on the net. The net is I understand the safety of the net. I do not like it. So after that homestand, then the next time we got tickets, my wife and I, we got the second deck, first row, more towards behind home plate. So we were on the overhang, but that was way cooler. There's no net. You're literally right above the top of the net. You can see everything. It was great. The only thing you can't tell is on fly balls. There was a bunch of home runs hit one of the games. It's hard to tell how much hang time off the bat because you're above the action. So, but the view was much better because you're not looking through a net. Sorry, I do not like that net, and literally the nets are because of Almora. But if technology is going to take over and people can't put their cell phones down, you got to put the nets up because people are going to get killed. So that's what stinks. Aaron Judge, pinstripe for the Yankees. But I don't like him one bit. And then I made just a half smart ass comment, said, why didn't they make the nets clear? And then they said it was like a bird issue. So now the bird safety is included in our visuals. Sorry, maybe I'm just inhumane for not caring at all about seagulls flocking the field and getting trapped in see-through nets. But we have fishing line. Can't we make the nets out of some sort of translucent fishing line material? I feel like that would be better. It would be a compromise. Some stadiums 30 years ago had mezzanines once. The ball went above 20, you were lost. 20. Ball went, I'm so confused, Dan. Dan, help me out. What did I miss there? Ball went above 21. Whoa, is this back-to-back Jorge Onas? Look at that. That dude's so good, they put him in there twice. There's probably that pack with 1,000 cards in it. Didn't Winfield kill a pigeon in Toronto? Randy Johnson did. Kier Chisholm. We have a chrome refractor. It's Nick Maton, number 2572 for the Phillies. Yeah, Randy Johnson exploded one. The biggest of units. Randy Johnson. When I was streaming on Twitch, that was one of my things when you subscribed or whatever to the Twitch or followed me or whatever. I had the little GIF of Randy Johnson exploding a bird. It's great. 20 feet middle section. Once the ball went above 20 feet. I can't keep up. I missed something. I'm not the best reader either. Reading's hard. We have 2 boxes left. I want to take a nap. But I don't want to go to bed because I know before I wake up, my kids will be trying to pry my eyeballs open. Then it'll be on to the next adventure. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Here you go. Here you go, Bob. You get a Chris Bryant poster. He's still in the Cubs uniform. There you go. There you go, Bob. You can hang that up in the garage. Thanks for the memories, Smash to left and hit a goal. That's crazy. That's crazy if somebody did it with a baseball. Like a batted ball. I mean, it's crazy to do it with a throw ball, too, because that's something you couldn't even try and do. Unless it was just sitting still, so it's crazy. Another very crazy thing, if anybody remembers this, Todd Helton, or not Todd Helton, Todd Frazier, when he was in Cincinnati. And I think other people have done it as well. He hit a home run, and at the point where the ball contacted the bat, he was not touching the bat. He threw his bat and hit a home run. That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Sitting in the second deck of a third deck stadium and not being able to see the sky. Oh yeah, that's Wrigley Field. Except the fucking ground floor is like that. It's terrible. That's what I'm saying. If you sit so far back, once you get like all the way back, like from home plate to where the second deck starts, they have like a walkway area. Or I should do it like this. I don't have it illustrated. They have like a walkway area, but then when you start going back further away from the field, then you're under the overhang and you can't see it. You can't see a damn thing. It's terrible. They have like monitors where you can like watch the game on a TV. Yeah, bro. Dustin, you're in the right place, babe. Cardinals are yours in this break. I don't know if they've done anything noteworthy, bud. Yeah, I hate that. It's terrible. You go pay money to go sit somewhere and you can't see anything? What? At the home run derby, we sat right next to it. Like, this one's gigantic too. We sat next to a pillar. It was actually great. Oh, well, there's our hit in there. When we walked to the seat, I'm like, damn, we gotta sit next to a beam. It wasn't in the way at all. It was actually the best thing. It like kept us away from people. Hey, Dustin, you still watching on YouTube? Here we go. Second to last box, friends. There's a chrome in my hand somewhere. I see it shining through. Old hockey stadiums with the extracted... Yeah. I always heard stories about the old madhouse on Madison. I never got to go there before the United Center, but I always heard about that place. Got you on YouTube and the TV. I just want to yell at Dustin. He just popped in here late. Number 572, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Tell us a story from your baseball career. So, I chased down Cal Ripken one time. Like a lunatic. I saw him. We were playing, I'm sure I've told this story before. We were playing a tournament in Myrtle Beach at a complex that he had built or owned or something like that. And they were all fields that were, the dimensions of the fields were modeled after historical ballparks. Missing stars, Braylon Marquez. There you go, Bob. This could be a nice card for you down the road. So it doesn't have the 2 stars on the actual deal. So this is a variation. Rookie for Marquez and the Cubs. What is Dan talking? Dan's coming in here 2630. Oh, is that the address? Is that the old coordinates? But we were getting ready for a game. I think we played one game and we were going to the next field. No, we weren't. Unless we left and came back. Maybe, you know what? I think we're playing at the Myrtle Beach Pelicans field, and then we came back to the Ripken complex to play the next game. And when we were, I had my this. The only reason I'm struggling with this is because that was before smartphones. So I had a flip phone with a camera. But if you wanted to take a picture of any significant literal photographic value, you had to have a digital camera. So I had a little digital camera in a black case, and it ran on AA batteries, and I had that with me. So we had to have just pulled up, but across the I was in uniform. It was across a field. I saw Cal Ripken Jr. I saw him. I was a huge Cal Ripken Jr. fan. I knew we were at his place. I was looking. I would be absolutely lying if I said I wasn't looking for the dude while we were there. Every time we got there, I was looking around, and I saw him. And the one guy I was with, the guy I was playing catch with or stretching with, I said, "That's Cal Ripken Jr." And he looked at me and said, "No way." And I just started running. Fucking took off running. I was trying to catch him before he got to his car. I've never acted like that in my life, and I will never, I say I'll never do it again. I've never ran at anyone that I wasn't planning on beating the shit out of. Anthony Rizzo game used memorabilia here for the Cubs. Bob, how about that? Another souvenir for you. You just got to talk about it long enough, and we'll find them for you. Little Riz pinstripe. And about halfway from me to him, he looked at me, and he knew. So I slowed down. Once he saw it, and then I turned around, and there was 4 more people behind me, and they were all my teammates. And then I ran up there. I said, "Mr. Ripken, how are you?" He said something like, "I'm good. I'm just getting ready to leave." He's like, "How are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, we already lost. We lost a game. We're coming to play another one." He said something else, and I ran over there and I said, "Sir, would you mind if we took a picture?" And he was more than welcoming about it. It was very, very nice. Absolutely all about it. And when I finish this thing, I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. So it was very cool, and then it was very cool for him to be as cool as he was, because he didn't have to stop. Oh, yeah, I never would have saw him again, and I've never seen him again, and I've never had another interaction with him. But he took the time to. I'm sure he wished us luck, all of that shit. I don't remember the specifics of the conversation. I really do not. But I just remember him being very nice, especially for a bunch of raving lunatics that just chased him down. So that was one of the cooler things that I've ever got to be a part of. And it wasn't even on the field. It had nothing to do with the game. Just you see a legend. Absolute legend. The Iron Man. That's the dude, that's toughness personified in a human. And nobody said he was on. The dude just, whether he was hurting or not, he got up every day and did his job. And if everybody did that, we'd all be in great shape collectively. And at the end of it, we got to take this picture right here. So yeah, this was March 24th, or this was a little bit afterwards. But there's me, all dirty and untucked, and I'm wearing a fighting necklace. Good times. And then that's a player's brother. He just hopped on the train. He's like, "Oh yeah, let's go." So yeah, that was pretty cool. Actually really cool. Kirilloff has fields in Aberdeen, Maryland. Yeah, he had this complex was in Myrtle Beach. Got to hang out in Myrtle Beach. That was cool too. The last day we were there, we didn't have to play any baseball, and it was spring break, so we actually got to enjoy it a little bit. I really believe there was titanium in those fighting necklaces, though. whether they helped or not. They always said they made you less sore, and I always believed it. Always. Last box of the break, friends. I hope you all are having or had a good time, whether or not your cards come up. I don't think I'm like your average breaker. I like to have customer interaction. I believe that when you guys spend your money on breaks, you're paying me to open your cards for you, and you should get something a little bit more than me just opening your cards for you. So hopefully you had a good time. I am not everyone's cup of tea. I know that. I'm okay with it. So if you didn't have a good time, hey, I apologize. And next time, you know, just you don't have to, you don't have to do anything when you see the name Underground. But if you did, think about coming back another time and having some more fun, even if it's just to watch the break, hang out, to be like, hey man, I was in a YouTube break. How's everything going? The interaction in the chat is what makes breaking fun to me. I like having a good time. Because I really enjoy the hobby. I really enjoy the cards. I really do. So, this is the only part of my job that's fun. This opening, everything else sucks. It's especially when you run it like I have to run it like a business. For those of you that don't know me, when I started, I literally started just opening cards with friends. Old Man Kevin has been around since day one. Old Man Kevin's been around since before I had Underground, when I was just another dude on the internet. And I've never even met Kevin, but we've done arms deals, card deals. There's a fucking dude down in Texas. I gotta go see this old man one day. It's great. Been great after being gone a while. Friggin' happy to stay up. Yeah, dude. Kevin's been going through some medical shit, too. So Kevin, I remember the first card I sold Kevin. I don't remember the specifics of the deal. I think it was a 2016 Triple Threads Relic with Altuve and some other people on it. And I remember him being as sketchy about me as I was about him. Because I was super weird about that. I was real new to being on the internet too, doing sports card deals. And I gave him a number, and he said okay. And then a few days later, we made the deal. Like, it didn't just happen. And ever since then, man, fucking good people. You meet so many good people in the hobby. That's a man I met before I even got into business. He's chatting on Facebook, so if you're on YouTube, you're not seeing it. But I see it. But the hobby is cool. It's a very cool place. You never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to meet. I've run into, like, famous people. I've done business with millionaires that have moved on. You know, but fucking Old Man Kevin, still ticking. Still down here supporting the Stros. I love it. It's a good time. It's a good time. So hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you got some entertainment out of the break. That's the thing. I try to bring entertainment. This is not the product for entertainment. This is the product for me talking so I don't fall asleep. But I do love these cards. This is something I'd like to open off camera, where I can just, like, I can grab this card and I can just look at it for as long as I want to look at it, to take it all in. And then never probably ever look at it again. So here we go. This is the last box. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully there's another auto in here before we send you all on your way. And off to do the rest of whatever it is that you all do on Friday night. I'm going to go see what sports are available for my viewing pleasure. Nothing really to talk about there. Look at all those cards. You guys get the overhead. Oh, you don't get the depth. You just get the stacks. A lot of cards. Got a lot of sorting to do. Did a case earlier. I'm probably doing another case tomorrow. Probably another one on Sunday. Cases for days. Kalnick is everywhere. And we will do a recap when this is over. I do a recap every video. So if you just want to come and check the recap out, just always look for the last few minutes of the video. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. Red Ink, number to 72. Dave, how about that? Take back everything you ever said. Heritage is fucking lit. These last two Heritage cases have been just phenomenal. Absolutely fucking nuts. And there he is, 61/72, Ronald Acuna Jr., baby. Let's go. I get a little cowbell in the chat for that, even with the kids sleeping. Oh, yeah, we got a cowbell, and we have a bat-shaped beer bottle opener. Shout out Stephen Hoffman, Backyard Wood Turning. Sent it to me as a gift one day. What a good egg. You never know who you're going to meet in the hobby. It's great, man. I love the hobby. I hate the business. I love the hobby. Big difference. Big difference. Kirilloff rookie. Big difference between the two things. Hobby bred and business bred and collector bred. Two different people. Two different people with two different... There's another Kirilloff. How many Kirilloffs are here? We'll take them all. Made it all worth it. Yeah, dude. Of course it did, though. These last two cases have been more value than they've been, you know. Oh, man. I want to open one of these cases now. You guys are going to find me tomorrow morning just sleeping in pack wrappers and cardboard drool stuck to my face. It's going to be ridiculous. Yeah, the more the merrier, absolutely. Trey Mancini. Shout out to Trey Mancini. Going through all his adversity. Man. Baltimore. Ingrid Hedrick. 71/372. Nice red refractor. Lots of ink, though. I'm impressed by the ink. Heritage is just usually tough on getting the ink. We've gotten a lot of it through, too. India. Cronenworth. Do two more piles here. And the last little bit here. Anything? Anyone? Nothing for the road? Not one more? Alright, friends. Well, damn. That's a really good case of Heritage. I'm impressed. I'm super pumped. It's a good case. I have 18 notifications on Facebook. It's ridiculous. What does everybody want right now? Well, friends, like I said, I hope you had a great time. I hope you will consider Underground for your future sports cards needs. I got a website, undergroundcasebreaks.com, Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, Whatnot. I'm everywhere. I'm really not on Whatnot, but I'm an approved seller over there as well. Been around about 4 years. Not everybody's cup of tea, but I like to have a good time and have fun and help people and talk shit and all of those types of things. And then, if you're on the fence, just wait till you get your package. We have the best shipping department this side of the Mississippi. Nick Maton, refractor. Aaron Judge, pinstripe relic for the Yankees. Zach McKinstry, action variation for the Dodgers. Chris Bubich, real one rookie auto. Ozzie Albies, action variation. Andrew Vaughn, action variation. Sorry, the focus. Brady Singer, pinstripe relic for the Royals. Jonathan India, number 372 for the Reds. Kirilloff, action variation. We had more variations in the last case, too. Harper, because we had some flipped over cards that were not anything. They were not flip stocks. Andrew Vaughn, chrome. Jonathan India, hot box, parallel. Tyler Wade, we didn't have any of these either. This is not numbered, but it's a print run of 50 for the Yankees. Jared Walsh, number 372. Andrew Vaughn, hot box. Max Kepler, game used napkin. Taylor Trammell, number 372 for the Mariners. Buster Posey, action variation. Jake Cronenworth, purple, hot box refractor. Carlos Correa, bat relic. Gavin Lux, gold refractor, number 5 for the Dodgers. Yordan Alvarez autograph. Andrew McCutchen autograph. I mean, that's just cool, regardless of value, because he doesn't sign a ton. Acuna, 61/72. Nate Pearson, flamethrower for the Blue Jays whenever he gets things going. 7 out of 25 on that one. And a dual auto, 11 out of 25, Altuve and Alex Bregman for the Astros. Thanks, everybody. Have a great break. Mr. Temple, best of luck to you the rest of the night and your future breaks. Everybody, enjoy yourselves. I had a good time tonight. I hope you did too.